Not too long ago, I told you guys I am going to be bringing to you legit international conferences, legit world expos, and international seminars that are going to be taking place in various parts of the world. And this year, there is a particular world expo that is going to be taking place in Japan. And it is going to be happening in Osaka, to be precise. A lot of people from all over the world are currently gearing up for this World Expo. You can also call it a conference. And like you know, or some of you know, we are still searching for legit travel agents with zero deposit visa packages to some top countries in the world. And some travel agents have reached out to me, and they have been telling me about this Japan World Expo, even though I already knew about it since last year. And these travel agents are telling me I should introduce some of my followers and subscribers here on YouTube to them so that they can process visas to Japan for them. And in this very content, I am going to also tell you why I have not done this content and the reason why I have not introduced any of my followers or subscribers here on YouTube to any of these travel agents. Because to many of our people, especially back home in Africa, you just believe because you are leaving the shores of Africa, you are traveling abroad. But the most important thing is that if you are traveling abroad, you have to travel well. And even as I make this content, there are many people, especially from Africa, who are currently stranded in some parts of the world because they did not do their research, they did not ask important questions before they traveled. So today, you are going to learn something, because usually when I come here, I say it the way it is, without fear or favor. Now, many people have given travel agents monies for this Japanese Expo, and many of them did not even bother to do their research. Now, let me break it down. Please, if you are just coming across me on YouTube for the first time, my name is Nusa Comedy, the man with the remedy. Many of my fans from all over the world call me Nusa with the source from the source. You know why? That is because I bring legit travel updates to you directly from the source, undiluted. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do well to do so. A lot is happening here free of charge. And also, thank you very much, my returning and existing subscribers. And please do well to give this content a big like if you have not yet done so. First, why haven't I done a content on this World Expo that will be taking place in Japan? That is because if you are going to Japan for this Expo, you are going there with a tourist visa. You may want to call it a visitor visa. I am telling you the reason why I did not do a content on this. Because I wouldn't want a situation where I am just creating a content for likes, shares. At the end of the day, people use my content to get visas and get to a country and realize that everything I told them was not true. So I'm not going to do it. Many people don't even have an idea of how life in Japan works. Don't get it twisted. Japan is a very beautiful country. And the immigration right there in Japan is not one of the easiest immigration to come across. Now, there are many countries in the world where it is usually difficult to convert a tourist visa or a visitor visa. In some countries, if you travel there, maybe you go there through, or you go there to attend a conference or World Expo, and you may decide, okay, let me go back to my country and let me come back to this country to check or search for opportunities. You may come back to that same country with that same visa they gave you initially, that visa that you used to attend that conference. Now you realize that there are opportunities in this country, and you can somehow find jobs to sponsor you and be able to convert your visa. You might also get to some countries, it is easier to navigate to study with a tourist visa. There are some countries with a tourist visa you can study and eventually convert or switch to a work visa. There are some countries that you may have a visitor visa to, and while you are attending a conference, you might decide to say, okay, a lot is happening in my country. Since I came into this conference, this is what has been happening. Let me just seek asylum. Because the asylum system is working, you may decide to seek asylum in that country, even with that visa. Some people might decide to first of all go back to their countries and come back a second time, especially if that visa is a multiple entry visa. And also note, there is a difference between a single entry visa and the multiple entry. A single entry visa, if you use it once, it's over. You cannot use it again. Multiple entry, you can go to that country and come back. You can go and come back. That's why it's multiple entry. But single entry, once you go and leave that country, that visa has expired. So know the difference. Now, back to what I was saying. Now, while in some countries like Japan, navigating the system there with a visitor visa is not a joke. It is not beans. That is the reason why I did not do that content. But I have realized that a lot of people have paid travel agents because travel agents are selling to them incorrect narrative of how they can go to Japan and be able to search for a job and convert. Some travel agents have been telling people why they can go to Japan, settle easily, jobs are many in Japan, they can be working with a tourist visa. It is not true. That is why it is very, very important for every one of you here who love my work and support what I do here to share the link of this content to every groups on social media you belong to. Put it in your WhatsApp status. Because one thing I like about the Chinese and the Japanese, the Indians, especially people in Asia, they love information more than our people. I am not apologetic saying that. Africa is a continent where many of us are consuming some content that will never help us on social media. Go and see how people in the Asia continent are advancing. They are advancing rapidly with information. A lot of people will hear this thing and they will leave it here. They won't even share this content. But let's assume I was doing something funny here. You will see 1 million views. That is where we are. In Asia, informative contents go viral more than any other content, which is not the same where we come from. So the time for us to change is now. And as you share this content to the groups you belong to educate them about all these things that are happening as it concerns traveling abroad, God will bless you. My own is to see people travel well. It is better not to travel than to travel and waste your time, waste your effort, and waste your finances. And a lot of people are currently going through this. To navigate life in Japan with a tourist visa is not a joke. So if you think your travel agents have told you something different from what I'm telling you now, please save this content so that when life starts fighting you when you get there, you remember that I told you here. But if you have a good friend or a relative who is currently residing in Japan, you already told them about this World Expo. You already told them about the type of visa you are coming there with. and they are telling you, don't worry, just come. If you come, we will sort you out. That case is different. But if you are somebody, you are going to Japan for the first time, you don't have friends and relatives in Japan, but you are just going there based on what your travel agents have told you, you will remember this content. I am telling you. Note, there is nothing God cannot do. But it is very, very important for you to first of all do the right thing and hoping for God to help you, than just embarking on a journey that people have gone through and they failed and expecting that God is going to help you. You are not the most righteous person in this world. Every one of us, we are praying. You have to first of all try to obey the laws and regulations guiding a particular country. You can't be breaking that law and be praying to God for help. So I am here to let you know, if you are going to this Japan through this World Expo and you don't have friends and relatives there, but because of travel agents has given you one fake hope, well, you will embark on that journey and still come back and let us know. Because one, getting a job in Japan with a tourist visa is very difficult, especially as a black person. Two, let's assume you even go to Japan as a single guy. There are ladies there will hardly even date or marry you, because you can marry in many countries to get your documents. Those Japanese ladies, they can hardly marry you as a black person. If you are going there as a single babe, those Japanese guys, they will hardly marry you or date you. And their asylum process is not like what you have here in America or right there in Europe. Ordinarily, me, I will not even advise anybody to go to Asia continent and seek asylum, even though there are a few cases of people who have successfully done it in the Asia continent. But most of their people there are running to Europe. So what are we not saying? So please, this is the message I am here to give you, and this is the reason why I did not create this content. Because navigating Japan is very difficult. It is easier to navigate in Europe with a tourist visa, with a visitor visa, than to navigate in Asia. So this is the update that I have come here to drop. And in the coming days, I am going to be bringing conferences to your notice. Conferences in Canada, UK, US, and in other European countries. Yes, these are places where you can do things. So that is why I decided to bring this notice to you. And this conference started April 13th this year. And this conference is going to end by October 13th this same year. It's like a 6-month conference from April 13th to October 13th. Yes, so please take note. Navigating in Japan is not a joke. So this is the information I have brought. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care.